Hey everybody, Prowl here, and welcome to another Minecraft Bedrock Edition tutorial. In my hand today, you see I got some iron because we are going to be talking about and working on an iron farm build. Now this iron farm I have right here is a very simplistic design. It does not require, like a lot of the other iron farms do, that you place a particular bed first or move villagers in any particular order. It is about as easy as you can possibly get an iron farm. That does seem to be the trouble with iron farms currently in the Bedrock Edition, among other things, but the current ones that we do have, they can tend to be a little difficult to set up because you have to do things in the correct order, or sometimes if the villagers, for whatever reason, like to unsynchronize and then resynchronize to their beds, it can really mess up the whole farm and stop it from working. This particular design I have ran for probably around 40 or 50 hours total and built multiple ones just to make sure and test it thoroughly, and I have not had any of these problems occur. But first, before we jump into how to build this thing and doing the walkthrough of it, we're going to actually talk about iron farms a little bit because I actually need you guys' help. Yes, you right there, you, and yeah, you over there too. I need all of you guys to help me out with this. So many of you maybe know that iron farms are not fast at all on the Bedrock Edition. This iron farm right here is no faster or slower than any other Bedrock Edition iron farm because everybody on all of your iron farms more or less gets the same results. You get anywhere from about 32 to 40 iron per hour from the iron farm. This one right here does the same. So if you already have an established working iron farm in place, it's not worth ripping up to put this one in place because this one's not going to be any faster. I don't want to mislead anybody, but therein lies the problem: is you can't make faster ones. In the Java edition of Minecraft, you can build all sorts of different designs for iron farms, and simple ones that are roughly to this size and only slightly more complex to build, you can get up to like 10,000 iron an hour from those. I think Doc M has an excellent design for one of those that I saw a while back. Whereas in the Bedrock Edition, again, at the highest, we cap out at about 40 iron per hour. So 40 versus 10,000 is obviously a big difference. And while I don't want to get too much into how high should our iron farms be, how fast should they go, should they get a lot, like should we make them exact same as Java, etc., because there's a lot of debate around that. Not everybody wants everything to be the exact same as Java, and a lot of people do want everything to be the exact same as Java. But what I think we can all coalesce around is that we want iron farms to perform better. So I will, hopefully I'll remember, but I'll link in the description box a link over to the feedback site where there is the most popular of the posts about Iron Farm. Iron Farms. I think it has 100 upvotes right now. It is super important that you guys go on there, upvote it, and then add in your comments, whether it be what your particular idea is for how to improve iron farms, or to add on to what other people have said, or reasons why you need faster iron farms. You can include all of those things in your post, but you have to do that, guys. You really do. A lot of people think it's not important. I can promise you that Mojang, when they look to add features, fix bugs, etc., one of the things that they weigh on the heavier side is the feedback site. So you have to go in there and upvote it. If you don't, I'm sorry guys, you're never going to get better iron farms. You're just not. So if you're fine with 32 iron an hour, then that's cool. Don't go to the site, I guess. But if you want more, you better go in there and upvote it. It doesn't take long. Just click the link below, sign into your Minecraft account right there, and hit the upvote button. And if you have the time and you're okay with writing a description or something in there, definitely write something. Just please stay constructive. You don't want to go in there and bash or say anything bad because that doesn't help anybody. Let's just go in there and give them some really solid ideas and reasons as to why we need better iron farms. All right, I've rambled long enough. Let's go ahead and jump into a empty world. I got a lot of contraptions around here, an empty world where we can go ahead and build one of these. Alright guys, here we are in a blank world, and one of the first things you're going to want to do before you start building your iron farm is you need to make sure that you build this thing more then 64. Is it 64? It's more than that now, I think. Just to be safe, build it more than 96 blocks away from another village. So anywhere that's got at least a bed, like somewhere, build it 96 blocks away from that. Otherwise, you could find issues where your villagers synchronize with the wrong bed and totally stop the whole iron farm from working. Once you found your location, you can go ahead, and we're going to actually put the main platform. You can build it at whatever height you like to, wherever you want the main platform for the iron golems to spawn. And then you're going to make a 19 by 19 square. So go ahead and make your 19 by 19 square right now. Okay, now once you have your 19 by 19 square, you'll want to go ahead and add, is this a square? Yeah, it's a square. Sometimes I got to make sure I count the blocks out right. Next, you have to put a non-solid, non-spawnable block to circle around this thing. So we're actually going to do this, and we're going to make this layer 3 high. So you're going to make it that high all the way around. All right, next, once you got your 3 by 3 or your 3 high wall all the way around, go ahead, throw 1 block in each corner, just like so. We're going to use those for water later. And then find the center of your platform, which is going to be this, and punch out a 3 by 3 hole. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to go up 1, 2, 3 blocks, just like that. And then we are actually going to make a temporary platform that is 5 blocks across. Just like this. So you see it's kind of centered around that rim right there. We're going to fill in this little hole right here too, and we're actually going to make this 3 layers deep. Now the reason that we are doing this is we are going to actually stack our beds. And then what I'm going to do is, after I get the bed stacked on here, I'm going to explain to you guys exactly what this is doing and why this is working. So hang on one moment, let me throw all the beds in. This is how you're going to do it, just like this. Just like that. So you see you have 3 beds, 3 beds, 1 bed, 1 bed, and then the hole in the middle. Once you get those down, knock out the layer of blocks that those beds are sitting on, and then repeat the exact same thing that you just did again, just like so. And then do that one final time. You're going to end up with 24 beds if you fill it in all the way. I recommend just filling it in all the way. You technically only need 21 beds to make an iron farm work, but we're just going to go with the full 24 just to keep everything, I guess, what do you call it? Synchronized. I can't think of the word right now, but just to keep everything the same. And then you can knock out that bottom layer just like that. And then next we need to build our villager chamber. So our villager chamber, we're actually just going to throw that on one of the short ends right here. So these beds stick out further. So go to one of the sides where you just have the 1 bed, and then place a block right there. And then you're going to want to, is that where I want it? That is where I want it. And then you're going to want to go and surround that and make it at least 2 blocks tall. I do recommend, again, you use non-spawnable blocks. Use glass here because you do not want cats or golems spawning up here. And if you use a normal solid block, they will spawn up there. That's, again, why we didn't use those kind of blocks there too. And essentially, the way that this works is when you bring a villager in, he's going to synchronize with a bed. And then the bed, whichever bed the system likes to, I guess, peg as the like the main one in the farm, the iron farm spawning radius will be based off of that bed. And the spawning radius is 8 blocks in one direction, 8 blocks in another direction, and 8 blocks all the way around, including the pillow. So technically it works out to it's 7 blocks in 2 of the directions and 8 blocks in the other 2. But for this design, it doesn't matter. You don't have to worry about that. And then it is 3 blocks down the bed level and then 2 blocks up. That is the entire spawnable area. So this floor right here is actually 3 blocks below the bed. So all this floor is going to be spawnable. And then the next thing we're going to do before we bring our villagers in, because we are going to put villagers in here, is we are going to install our water right here. So you guys can go ahead and get that in. All you got to do is put water in the corner, and then put water on every block all the way around except the one beside the block there. So go just straight down with your water like so. Straight down with your water like so. Oops. Again, you do not want it in the corner like I just did right there. Straight down one more time. And then straight down one more time. This is the best like water flushing design if you ask me, because there are no dead spots where maybe mobs like the cats or the golems would not move, and it's pretty simple to lay out. There's not any particular like areas you have to worry about skipping except just right beside the block. Very easy to remember. And then also I'm going to backtrack just a touch. This platform being 19 by 19 wide means that no matter what pillow, what bed gets to be the center bed, we are getting the entire spawnable area all the way around. But we're not done. We're going to add in another layer, and we're going to add in this other layer at this level right here where these beds are. So it's actually going to go, we need a 3 block height for the golems to be able to fit. So we're going to put our next layer right here. So what you're going to do is go ahead and then you're going to fill in all the way around. But as you get close to these beds right here, or you get close to the villager chamber that's going to be over there, you want to leave a 2 block gap. And then I'll show you the end result here in a few moments, but just to kind of show you right here, as you build around, see I can fit 2 blocks here. You want that so the iron golems can kind of fit down in there. And then you're going to want to kind of do that around things too. Like, see, this is a 1 block gap. You don't want that. This is a 2 block gap. That's fine. I can put that here. This is a 1 block gap right here. Technically, a golem might get stuck right here in the corner. So we want to get rid of that. And then you're just going to want to take that theory or way of doing things and actually apply that all the way across. So you see right here, 1, 2, I got a 2 block gap. So just go ahead and fill that in all the way across, all the way around, and then I'll show you what I have at the end. And then we're going to have another step we have to do. Okay, so you see here I got this actually kind of cool design now that I look at it. But you got this layout right here. Again, we got that 2 block gap all the way around. So no matter where golem actually comes through here, he'll fall down. He won't get stuck. The next thing we need to do is we need to take some signs. Everybody always hates the sign part, but it is necessary. Place 1 sign to get you started. And now what you need to do is you actually need to kind of go around your farm and put these signs in every gap, because see, that's not, see how this one right here, it's over the block. We don't want over the block. But you're going to need to fill all of these gaps right here. That way again, it's over the block. That way the water that we're going to place up here does not go down. So just go ahead and just do what I'm doing right here and bring your signs all the way around. They're not too bad to deal with, but just again, make sure you get them in the right locations, like I'm doing right here. Do I have one right here? Sometimes you can test it. You put some water down. Like, see, I did not fill that gap, so I need to bring a sign right here. Perfect. And I'm just going to work my way around. All right, and then once you have your signs all the way around, and if you have a couple extras in there, it's not going to mess you up. It'll be fine. Go ahead, and now you want to build this wall up another 3 high. So 1, 2, 3, and then just build that all the way around. We're actually making it this high, that way there's 0 chance that the cats in here jump out, because if we're gonna have an iron farm, we might as well collect some string as well, and we don't want any cats get loose, because if just one gets loose every once in a while, if you AFK here, eventually all of your cats that you can have spawn will get down there, and then you won't have any new cats spawning and collecting string for you. All right, and then one last time, we're going to throw our blocks in the corners. It's not as necessary in this particular sense when it comes to how far the water is going to flow. But again, it gives you a nice even water flow where you don't have any dead spots when you do it this way. So again, we're just going to kind of keep that continuity between here and the lower layer, and this will make it so we don't have to worry about any dead spots in the water. So come all the way across, and bam. So we have flow right here, and then now you can go and just kind of look for any spots that you missed. Like you see, I missed this spot right here. You'll see water flowing down if you missed the spot, and it's just as easy as throwing in a sign. That was the only one I missed, it looks like, which is great. And now you're going to need to bring in your villagers. So I could just, oh, actually, know what? No, do not bring in your villagers. Don't do that yet. You need to you need to do the collection system first before you have stuff spawning. So you can make this out of whatever you want to. I always just use glass because I like to see everything fall down, I guess. So just go ahead and throw in your glass or whatever you want right here around the rim, just like this. Take your signs and throw the signs in at this layer right here. And we're filling all these gaps because we are going to put lava here to kill the iron golems. Lava is the best way to kill iron golems. A lot of people, a lot smarter than I am, have tried different ways to see if there's anything better. There's not. And people always ask if looting works on iron golems. It does not. So using a trident killer or something of that sort is worthless. It's not going to change or do anything. All right, so once you get down to this layer and you're one below your signs, that's where you can throw in your hopper that'll lead to whatever type of storage system that you are going to end up using in the end. I am going to throw a hopper right here that goes into that. I'm going to throw a hopper that goes into that right there, and then a hopper down. And then we are going to run all the hoppers into the front here, just like this. And that is perfect. That is exactly what we needed. And then now all of our items will come into this chest right here. And then of course you can use whichever type of storage system you want to. If you want to use some type of item filter to separate your iron and your string, by all means go ahead and do so. I also recommend, if you do this, you're going to want to have an additional filter in here, because like an unfiltered chest, because you will have wandering traders spawn in here. If those wandering traders spawn, they'll fall down in there and they'll drop the leashes and potentially leather as well. I think will drop from the llamas, and you could have a pillager raid or a patrol spawn in here every so often too, which will have different drops. So have a junk chest for extra items too is a great idea if you're going to use an item sorter. I usually don't use one just because you're not sorting out that many items. To me, it's not that big of a deal. Now you're going to bring in your villagers. So while I have a spawn egg and I can just spawn them in, my recommended method for you guys would be to use a minecart and bring in at least a couple, and then you can just give them a whole bunch of food and they will breed up to the bed limit, which is fine. If you want to have a specific amount, then you can just kind of cart in 10 or whatever you want to do. The iron farm technically only requires 10 villagers to spawn iron golems, but the way that it works is if you have another 10 villagers above that, so if you have 20 villagers, you can actually have 2 iron golems in the system at once. That's important because if you have one, let's say you have an iron golem spawn all the way back here, he's going to take several seconds to work his way down here, down here, down here, and down here to die, which, by the way, go ahead and just throw in a lava bucket like right there. That way you have lava over the whole thing. Oh, and then I did not put a side in the middle. Put a side in the middle as well would be a smart thing to do, just like that. I should have blocked it. Yes, so now we have lava there perfectly. But iron golem, if it spawns on the outer fringes, he can take several seconds, maybe 20 to 30 seconds to actually die, which means that no other iron golems can spawn in that time, and sometimes they like to spawn in doubles. So if you use the 20 villagers in here, you can potentially increase your amount of iron golems you'll get by just a little bit. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and spawn in 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And I can just knock out these. That's fine. I got my villagers in here. They are all good to go. And what you should start to see happening immediately is cats spawning. So iron golems and cats do spawn. Oh, look, we have an iron golem already. That's like super fast for an iron golem to pop in. I'm pretty excited about that. You see his head is in the lava, and then when he dies, his nice precious little iron is going to drop straight down and get collected. Come on, guy. There you go. And that is in this bottom chest right here, which is great. So essentially what I was going to say, what I meant to tell you guys was that if you want to know if the system's going to work or not, is if you see cats spawning, iron golems and cats have the same spawning area as each other. They have different conditions in terms of beds and villagers and stuff, but the area in which they'll spawn is the same. So if you see cats spawning in an area like here, that means that iron golems will spawn in this area as well. So we have a 2-floor system right here that was super easy to do. You guys didn't have to worry about going in any kind of crazy orders to add stuff in, bringing villagers in at any particular times, who the, what quote unquote main villager is, or any of that mess. Just build it exactly like I showed you, and then as you see, it starts working immediately. Again, it gets the same rates as other iron farms because there is no differentiation in rates between iron farms at the moment for the most part. But yeah, this one's super simple. I hope you guys loved it. And please, 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 and then I'm going to say please, please, please again, make sure you go and upvote the idea section there. If we can get a lot of upvotes on that, I'll try to bring some attention to it to the devs. To see if maybe we can make a push to get the iron farms updated as soon as possible. But I'm not going to waste my time with it if like 3 people just go and upvote it, because it's at 100 votes right now. Like, we need a lot more than that. I'd love to see it with 300, 500, heck, even 1,000. I don't know. And I'll get some help from my other guys on Truly Bedrock. If we can get enough upvotes there, maybe I'll tag Silent or something to see if he'll help us out with that too. In any event, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you being here. My legs are invisible through this piece of glass. You can't see my face now. So make sure you click that like button on the video. The like button is a nice, easy, free way you can support the channel, and it helps the video get seen more frequently. Also, hit that subscribe button. I have a ton of tutorial plans coming up soon. I also have a guide series called The Walkthrough that I play on the Truly Bedrock server. Check that out too. And follow me on all my socials. You'll see all my social media stuff down in the description box below. You guys are amazing. Thanks for dropping in, and you have a good one. Goodbye.